This is Company Saturdays. Every Saturday, we present you with another company. Today, we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about LinkedIn. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, and welcome to another exciting original video presented by Alux.com. Today we're revealing some interesting, lesser-known facts about business, employment, and networking site LinkedIn. LinkedIn was founded on December 28, 2002 by a group of 10 entrepreneurs headed by Reid Hoffman, who became the company's first CEO. The site officially launched May 5, 2003. LinkedIn is categorized as a social media site, and its primary use is professional networking. Employers can also post jobs on the site, and job seekers can post their CVs. And there are many other functionalities of the site as well. The site has steadily grown from just a few thousand members to hundreds of millions of users today in almost every country around the world. It gained more than $103 million in investments in its first 8 years of operation. The site is available in more than 24 languages, and about 60% of its users live in the United States. It's one of the most popular websites in the world, and it's one of the most prominent social networks dedicated to professional rather than personal lives. Microsoft went on to purchase LinkedIn in a multi-billion-dollar deal back in 2016. We want to learn some more about LinkedIn because it's an innovative site with unique functionalities that can elevate people's careers and help them to become more successful in their professional lives. LinkedIn has become a hugely influential networking site and has been a success story since its launch. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. So, without further ado, let's take a closer look at this now powerful site with the 15 things you didn't know about LinkedIn. Number 1. It was founded by members of the PayPal Mafia. After PayPal was purchased by eBay back in 2002, all but 12 of the original 50 employees ended up leaving the company, but a number of these former employees worked together to found other companies after leaving. These former PayPal employees made such a significant impression on the business world afterwards, they became known as the PayPal Mafia. They were the product of PayPal's distinct culture, which encouraged camaraderie amongst employees. 10 of the PayPal Mafia members worked together to create LinkedIn shortly after quitting PayPal. Number 2. The site has more than 500 million members. In its first month of operation back in 2003, LinkedIn gained just 4,500 members, but by the end of the year, it had 500,000. They passed the 1 million user mark back in April of 2004, and their 10 millionth user joined in April 2007. By 2016, the site had 433 million users with 106 million unique monthly visitors and a new visitor joining every 2 seconds. As of April 2017, the site has 500 million members located in almost every country around the world. Number 3. The site was launched in stealth mode. When LinkedIn launched in 2003, very few people knew about it, but that was by design. Co-founder Reid Hoffman did not want publicity because he knew it would take some adjustments and feedback to get the site working smoothly. Still, some journalists and bloggers did write about the new site, but the reviews were largely negative. The criticisms revolved around the fact that the site separated the personal from the professional. Many thought it was dull, not very social, and had too many privacy settings. Hoffman was not happy with these reviews and made a habit of taking actual LinkedIn users out to lunch so he could find out just exactly what was working and what still needed to be improved. Number 4. LinkedIn reached profitability in 2007. At the beginning, all of the services on LinkedIn were free. Like many tech startups, profitability was not in the immediate goals. The focus was put on growth. Hoffman paid for all expenses himself in the initial stages, leading to the launch of the website. It looked like the company may be profitable starting in 2006, but at the end of the fiscal year, they were $677,000 in the red. Their first year of actual profitability was in 2007, with a profit of a mere $328,000 from revenues of about $32 million. In 2010, their profit was more than $10 million. In 2012, the company's net income was $26 million. However, the net revenue is by no means steady. In fact, in 2015, LinkedIn had a $166 million loss. Until the recent acquisition by Microsoft, profit remained a secondary goal, with the primary goal being growth. Number 5. Co-founder and executive chairman Reid Hoffman has a net worth of $3.3 billion. Before co-founding LinkedIn and becoming the company's executive chairman, Reid Hoffman was already an incredibly successful businessman. He worked for Apple Computers and Fujitsu before starting his own company called SocialNet in 1997. SocialNet was an online dating website, and some considered it to be the very first social network, although it didn't succeed, partially because it was an idea ahead of its time. Then he helped to found PayPal and became the company's COO in 2000. After PayPal was purchased by eBay in 2002, Hoffman and a few other founding members of PayPal helped to create LinkedIn, and Hoffman became the executive chairman. With all of his success in business and some amazing investments, like getting in early on Facebook, Hoffman has accumulated a total net worth of $3.3 billion. Number 6. Their market cap fell $11 billion in one day back in 2016. On February 5, 2016, LinkedIn experienced the single largest drop in value in the company's history. The stock price fell 44%, and each share's price fell by more than $80. This was largely a result of a disappointing profit outlook, and there was a quick reaction when a number of analysts downgraded the stock. The stock price was the lowest it had been in years, losing more than $11 billion in valuation in a single day, which is more than Twitter's entire market cap at the time. Number 7. 117 million stolen LinkedIn passwords and usernames were put up for sale in 2016. Back in 2012, LinkedIn was hacked, but the scope of the hack wasn't known until 2016, when up to 117 million LinkedIn usernames and passwords surfaced in an illegal marketplace. Originally, they thought only 6 million profiles had been affected. The stolen login credentials were listed for sale for 5 bitcoins, which were worth a total of $2,200 at the time. LinkedIn contacted all of their affected users and increased their security measures in response. Number 8. They had to pay a $13 million settlement for spamming potential users. In 2016, a $13 million settlement was approved for a class action lawsuit brought against LinkedIn. The basis of the lawsuit was that LinkedIn was spamming potential users with a large number of emails about its services without having gained consent. When the users of the site imported their contacts, LinkedIn would email these potential users several times with invitations to join the site, but it was determined they did not have the authority to do so. LinkedIn was ordered to pay the $13 million settlement, which was one of the largest settlements ever in the area of digital privacy. Number 9. Their second CEO was hired through LinkedIn. In 2006, the original CEO Reid Hoffman made the decision to step down so he could focus on developing more applications to improve the site. He used LinkedIn to find his replacement, selecting Dan Nye, who was an executive manager at Event Software at the time. After identifying Dan on LinkedIn, he was interviewed and hand-hired, and the company grew from 9 million to 35 million users, and sales increased 900% during his tenure, even though he was only the CEO for the company for 2 years. Number 10. CEO Jeff Weiner sold his Silicon Valley estate for $10 million in 2018. LinkedIn CEO Jeff Weiner purchased a mansion in Menlo Park, California, in the heart of Silicon Valley for $5.3 million back in 2010, just 2 years after becoming the CEO. In 2018, he sold the home for around $10 million. The 7,200 square foot home has 5 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, an art studio, a pool, a craft room, and a playground. Jeff Weiner lived in close proximity to some of the most successful tech companies in history. We talk much more about them in our video of the top 10 most valuable tech companies in the world. Click in the upper right-hand corner to check it out. Number 11. LinkedIn went public in 2011. LinkedIn announced its initial public offering in January 2011, and shares were first available May 19th of the same year. Shares started at $45, giving the company a $4.5 billion valuation. By the end of the day, shares were selling for over $94 per share, representing a 109% increase. After day one of the initial public offering, LinkedIn's market cap was $9.4 billion. Number 12. Microsoft bought LinkedIn in 2016 for $26.4 billion. Microsoft made their intentions to buy LinkedIn known in June of 2016. The tech giant offered LinkedIn a cash merger payment of $26.4 billion. They ended up paying $196 per share. Jeff Weiner was kept on as the CEO, and operations remained largely the same. The terms of the acquisition stated the company would maintain its own distinct brand, independence, and culture. And after all, Microsoft could certainly afford it. As of June 2018, their market cap was listed as $775 billion. Number 13. It is the 12th most popular site in the US according to Alexa rankings. As of June 2018, LinkedIn is listed as the 12th most popular website in the United States and the 34th most popular worldwide. Most of its web traffic comes from the US, with a total of 43%. Its second most popular country is India, with about 6% of the site's traffic, followed by the UK, Canada, and Japan. The top 5 most popular websites in the US as of June 2018 are Google, YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, and Amazon. Number 14. Revenue was $2.3 billion in the fiscal year of 2017. LinkedIn brings in a large portion of its revenue from ads and also brings in a significant amount from online recruiting, premium subscriptions, and marketing solutions. In 2009, revenues stood around $120 million. In 2010, revenues more than doubled to $243 million. Earnings more than doubled again in 2011 with $522 million. They crossed the billion-dollar mark in 2013 with over $1.5 billion in revenue. The following year, earnings were over $2 billion, and in 2015, LinkedIn brought in $3 billion. However, in 2017, revenues did fall to $2.3 billion. Number 15. LinkedIn is Microsoft's most expensive acquisition in the company's history. Microsoft has acquired a large number of companies in its 40-year history, but none cost anywhere close to what they paid for LinkedIn. In fact, the $26.4 billion LinkedIn cost them is more than 3 times the amount they paid for their second most expensive acquisition, Skype, which they paid $8.5 billion for back in 2011. The third most expensive acquisition was the digital marketing company Aquantive, which they bought for $6.4 billion in 2007. And that's it for today, Aluxers. There you have it, some interesting, lesser-known facts about LinkedIn. Now that you've learned some more about the website, we'd like to know, do you use LinkedIn? If yes, has it helped you in your career? Let us know in the comments. Still here? Of course you are. Here's your bonus fact, Aluxers. Number 16. It's the 15th most popular social network in terms of active users. It comes as no surprise, but Facebook is the king of social networks in many categories, including the number of active users. Facebook's 2.2 billion active users far outnumbers the active users of any other social site, but YouTube comes in second with 1.5 billion. Others in the top 10 include WhatsApp, Instagram, WeChat, and Tumblr. A little further down the list is number 15, LinkedIn, with 260 million active users. It's just ahead of messaging app Viber and just behind Skype. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to Alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.